Hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello if you're watching this on the replay. So good to have you here. Always great to hear from folks who perhaps didn't catch me on the live but are able to watch later on. Please just be aware that you're more than welcome just to fast forward if if I get a bit boring, just fast forward, zip through to the end to see what the results were. And of course, if you ever need to ask any questions, please do. If you want to ask them privately, email me ruthtrice@gmail.com. Right, hello everybody who's joining us on the live. Great to see you. Hi Susan, Shaz, Anne, Mary, Lisa, Judy, Kathleen, Jan, Elizabeth, Georgiana. Hello, hi Sandy. Great to see you. All right, so I know I end up saying this a lot. I'm a little bit later than usual. I just was catching up with a friend of mine. She might pop in actually. And what else have I been doing? Yeah, some other stuff. Some really fun stuff today. Oh my goodness. I will tell you all about it in a second. Yay, Kim. I'm so happy for you. The Texas Rangers won. Now, I hadn't quite realised the significance of this until Kim messaged me and said, it's been 60 years. Is that right? 60 years since they last won. That's like, you know, England were winning the World Cup back in 60 whatever, and we still haven't won it since. Yeah, because I mean, England, you can get UK, you can get 3 UKs in the size of Texas. So, you know, I appreciate, you know, its significance. So, right. So today I'm going to be actually making a template right in front of your eyes. I know a few of you who are new to my channel have been like saying, how do you make these templates? So I'm quite, oh, they've never won. They have never won. Okay. Sorry, I stand corrected by Kim. The Texas Rangers have never won. So I'm going to make a template using the vellum and talk you through how, irregardless of whatever size cardstock you're using. All right, so I hope to kind of explain as I go along. I do need to find a ruler though, which can be tricky sometimes. I don't always know where my ruler is. Sometimes it falls down the back of things. No, not there. Okay, might have to use something else. All right, I have got something else I can use. That's not a problem. Basically something long and straight. That's what you need to use. Right, let's see if my desk view is working. It is. Whoop whoop, always a good day when my desk view works. All right, let's check that the sound is working. It is, yay. All right, folks, so at the beginning of this video, I'm going to go through template making with you. I want to do a new one. And as I was discussing last night after I stamped this One Sheet Wonder, I think I have an idea for a new one. So the reason why I talk about different size cardstock is because I recognise that in the UK we have A4. This is what we call A4. And our A4, so that you guys who don't have A4 have a bit of an understanding of what size that is, I'll just tell you what that is in inches. It's basically around the 11, it's just under 11 3/4 by 8 1/4 approximately. So I know that in the States your cardstock measures 8 1/2 by 11, which is a little bit shorter and a little bit fatter. All right, so a little bit different. Yay for tonight's template class. Oh, what did Lisa say about me? I haven't seen. You'll have to let me in on that one. What did she say? Have I missed a comment or something? Go Texas Rangers. Hi Monica. Oh, really lovely to see you, Jan. Am I all bright and clear on your new iPad? Okay, so then you need to get yourself a piece of vellum that is exactly the same size as whatever your size cardstock is. So obviously here in the UK we do have A4 vellum. That's what Stampin' Up supply us with. And so if you're in a different part of the world, you have I said Ruth was the cleverest woman on earth. Oh, thank you. No, it's all right. Well, we take everything with very great humour on this channel. Yeah, we love a good giggle. We love taking the rib out of some folks. Yeah, we take it all with a very good humour. All right. So what I'm going to do, just to show you how I sometimes do my templates, is I do it not by actually measuring, but by looking at sort of halfway points, quarter way points, and so forth. So for this one, I definitely want a line down the middle, and I am thinking I would also like a line. I don't know how, I'm trying to think how wide I want this. Do I want it to be halfway there? Let me just see if that's going to work for me. Yeah, I'm going to say I want a line also half. So I've got one half and then one half of half. So I'm just going to fold that in to there and crease that like that. Okay, so that's the first one that I want to do. Then what I want to do is have a line down this side here. So I'm going to fold this over to here. Just line that up. Now, if you've ever done origami, you will know it's okay to take your time lining the paper up. Make sure that it's all equally properly aligned before you start trying to fold. Now, because I've already put a fold into this, it's wanting to do its own thing, this paper. And I'm just going to pinch down here and stroke across like that. That's it. Okay, because that's where I want my line. I don't actually want a line there. Now, I could repeat that on the other side, but I'm thinking what might be a bit more interesting is to do something slightly different so that I've got options. So I am thinking of eyeballing. I want this split into 3. All right, so I am going to fold that over like so and just eyeball it, because I just want this section here to be equal to this section here. And so if you want to be really kind of like to double check, you can just measure it with a ruler. So whatever the measurement is across here, you just divide it by 3. Now for me that's really easy, because in the UK I know that measurement is 21 centimeters. So as long as this is approximately at 7 centimeters, I know I'm good to go. Now if you're doing this in inches, it's a slightly different measurement, but that's why it's okay to rely on just eyeballing, because at the end of the day, this is just a template. You don't have to exactly cut your one sheet wonder according to the template. The template is just there to help you make decisions. So I'm just going to fold that over like that, and that one over like so here. All right, so that's all my folding done. Now I need to find myself a Sharpie, which I think I do have here. I say I think because sometimes I grab a Sharpie and they're not always very juicy, because I do use them quite a bit. Right, now I'm going to sort my camera out. I'm so sorry. This camera has been bugging me all day. It keeps having, the camera holder has a life of its own. It keeps wanting to do its own thing. Right, sort that out. We don't do perfect. Martina! Is Martina just popped in? Oh, hello, my darling. We have missed you. Although we've enjoyed seeing your Halloween creations on Artful Stampin' Space. Right, now to make this a bit easier for me, I'm actually lining up, you see this fold line here? I'm lining it up with my grid paper dark line down the middle, because I need to place my straight instrument across here. It's replacing the ruler, because I don't know where my ruler is. Down there. And I've actually not done it exactly on the line, because I need to allow a bit of room for my Sharpie to reach, and because Sharpies are a bit thicker, I'm allowing a bit of a space for that. So now I'm going to draw a line down the middle and back again, just to make sure it's nice and thick. And then I'm going to move that other line over again to meet that. Actually, if I just do that. Just moving it just to the side of that there. Line it up again. Look up, look down, look up. A bit like, you know, crossing the road. Look left, look right, look left. Make sure it's all nicely lined up. There we go. We have missed you. I hope you're doing better, Martina. So a few of you have had snow. Wow. I can't even imagine. I mean, we're due a big rainfall. Shaz, how was your storm last night? Right, just concentrating on this a second. Right, all done. Where's my lid gone? There it is. Ew, I'm enjoying this template. Oh, good, good. Right, so shall we test it out then? Are you ready? I'll just get rid of got a bit of it. Oh, let me bring my other one back in. It's a bit cleaner. All right, you ready? Are you ready? Ready? Ooh, look at that. Looks good. So here we have a nice cluster and some white space. Cluster and some white space. Cluster and white space. Just move up a bit. There. Then nice long one here, and then two smaller ones. So shall we do it? Shall we cut it up? So that one I'm going to get a slim line from. Right. I'm going to cut that at 15 centimeters. I mean, it's not strictly in the middle, but that's okay because I actually don't need my pieces to be the same size as the template. I need them slightly smaller. And I'm going to then cut this at 6.5. Then I'm going to see what I've got left here. 8 centimeters. Then if I cut that in half, 10.5. I've got two nice pieces to use, like so. And then what have I got left here? I think I might just cut that to 14 centimeters. So that's the only piece that could be wastage or could be used to be stuck into something. And then I could cut that at 14 and then have that spare 7. So could, if we wanted to, have that as a square card, that on a slim line, or just a normal A6 card, UK A6 card. And those 3 on A6 cards. So we've got quite a lot of choices here. Quite liking how this is turning out. So we'll grab some blueberry. Is it blueberry bushel? I quite like this as an sort of nearly a 6x6 card. It's not quite, but let's just double check my measurements on that. 14. So if I cut this at 14.5. Thank you. Hi, Denise. Hi, Caroline. Oh, is he singing? Oh, Fred, I've missed your singing. I can send you a link, Jan. You could have him on screen with me if you want. You know, make his dreams come true. Actually being live on my channel. Do you want the link? Is he dressed? That's a joke that goes back a long way. Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much. All right, so... Oh, now, this would make an interesting card. What if I score that at 14.5? I don't think I've ever made a top fold narrow card before. But look. I quite like that. I know I say that quite often on my channel. I quite like that. Oh, sorry. I literally saw the number and then forgot it straight away. Right, 6. That's why I need to cut it out. Oh, but you'd be ashamed to cut into that leaf. Let's do it this way around. May as well use that piece up. We stick that inside it, can't I? Right, that's that. So for this one, should we go for a bit of pretty peacock? Thanks, Monty. You just peer over your thumb and go, well, that's fine. No, if that works for you, that's absolutely fine. Just yeah, ignore my maths. Right, so I'm going to score this one at 7 centimeters and cut at 14. And then cut off 0.5 centimetre there. Oh, I did that last time where I cut off this. I was meant to cut 0.5 centimetre of this, not the base. Oh, youth. Such a numpty. That's what we say in the UK. You're such a numpty. Nice. Oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you, Fred. All right, so now I've got these two. Let's see if I've got any offcuts that I can use up. Oh, I've got a bit of Night of Navy there. That would look nice as a border, wouldn't it? Right, let me just check my measurements on these. These are 10.5 by 8. I might actually cut those down a little bit. Cut that one down to 7. Keep that again for a little border. by 7.5 by 11. That's nice, I like that. I wonder if I can cut this into 3. Okay, I'm going to cut that down to 9. And then cut these at 2.5 each. Ooh, actually, I could cut 2.5 off that side so I don't lose any of it. Right. Then if I cut, what did I say that was? 9. Some of this card is a little bit creased, so I can't use all of it. I don't think, anyway. So cut that at 3. That's a nice little border for that one. What's this one measure? Oh, that's 3 and half a millimetre. Right, okay. There. Like that. Not sure if I'm going to get the right thing out of there. Go and get another piece out. Ah, Denise, yes, I did these last night. So actually in the description of this video right now, if you are able to look at it, it's got all the colours that I used because I used yesterday's settings for this video. So do have a look. It's just one of my favourite colour schemes, really. It's all those gorgeous rich blue and green, peacock, shaded spruce, granny apple green. Hi Alexis, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who is doing class tomorrow with me and Kim? Greetings from Chile. Oh, welcome. You love this channel. Oh, thank you. How long have you been following the channel, Alexis? Right, I need a base for that one, don't I? Did I buy some new Night of Navy? Was it on my list to get? Oh no, I've got a couple of sheets. Okay. I am wondering whether I need to do a bit of a embossing folder technique, I think. That there. Score that in half. So I'm doing a lot of cutting at the moment just to get everything ready to stick together, and then we're going to just do a whole heap of sticking. Yeah, I think I would like to do another piece to go on top, but I'm going to emboss it. So I'm going to do this piece 10 by 14.3. There we go. So that's going to sit on there. That's going to get embossed. Right, so that one goes with that one. Right, I don't think there's any other embossing that I need to do. Oh, I need to make a card base for that one. Let's see what I've got already cut out. Oh, there's some shaded spruce. I think that would benefit from some embossing as well. To this mostly super nice crowd. I love your candor, Martina. Yeah, we're mostly nice. Not sure about the demonstrator. Oh dear. And it all depends what Martina's feeling like. So for those of you who are new to the channel, the label mail is a lady called Martina. And I have been privileged to know her for a number of years now, and she is just wonderful, wonderful person. Right, so embossing folder out, and my cut and emboss machine. Oh dear, I've not put the dies away from the other day. Oops. Right, I need that one. Oh, that one, the wood one's quite a nice one, isn't it? Not used the fern one for a little while. Right, I'm just looking for my grey plate. We don't have a lot of new products, but when I travel to the US, I get a lot of papers and ink and other stuff. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Is not available in every area of the world, so if you're able to travel and get it, that's brilliant. So these are 3D embossing folders, so they do need the dark grey plate. So plate 1 and plate 4. Yeah, yes. There we go, isn't that lovely? Oh, that's great. Oh, that on there, fab. Okay, where's the other piece? Now, sometimes I put ink on my embossing folders, but I'm not doing it now. I want to try and make these cards as quickly as possible, just to show you that once you've stamped a whole sheet, it's actually time saving to do card making this way. I was watching just before I came live quite a famous YouTube card maker, not a Stampin' Up! One, and she was doing her she does, leading up to Christmas time, she does like, I don't know, 25 days of Christmas or whatever it is, or 10 days of Christmas. And she was saying how when she first did it, she did 25 days and filmed every single one of them before the first one was released. She said, oh, I haven't got the time to do that now. And when I looked at the card that she'd made for that she was making, I thought, well, no, I can understand why you haven't got time to do that now, because every single card she makes is like completely unique and getting out completely different product for each one. Whereas what I tend to card make in a slightly different way. I don't just kind of make one card from one lot of product. Not usually. Sometimes I do it for videos that are for blog hops and things, but you know, in terms of the majority of cards I make on my lives, it's I'm making a few in one go. So I think it is a time saver for people who are perhaps a little time poor, but still want to be creative, this is a good way of doing it. Hi, Al Brown Card Box Creations. These folks love to tease. Ah, yeah, they do. Oh, you know what? I think today is a day for a new glue. Why not, hey? So, yesterday, thank you everybody who has congratulated me when I gave the news about the Stampin' Up rankings, and everyone who's messaged me on Instagram and Facebook and places like that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be absolutely honest with you and be really kind of like, let you know what was going on in my head. So last year, some of you know that I ranked 5th for one of the categories, and I was like super happy with that because it meant that I got this special gift. I got a really beautiful grey like shawl that is so cozy and lovely, and I actually use it a lot. I really love it as an item of clothing, and it came in a beautiful piece of hand luggage that I have again used loads. I love it. And it also came with some really nice stickers. Oh, and it came with this gorgeous badge, this one that's been on my desk all year. So when the information came out yesterday about the different rankings, I had been really hoping all year that I had done enough to rank 5th again in one of the categories, because I really wanted to get another gift. After being treated to one last year, I was like, oh, I really do hope I can get another one, because I don't know, it's just, I'm excusing it by saying it's just the little girl in me, you know, I just like to get a little gift. Well, it's not a little gift, it's it's a very nice gift, big gift. So yesterday when I saw that I'd ranked 10, like within the top 10, I was like, I'm still not sure if that means that I'm going to get this, you know, a gift or not. And by the time I went to bed last night, I kind of got to the point where I'd accepted that I wouldn't, because I thought, oh well, never mind. You know, I've come 8th, and that's great. That's wonderful. And I'm going to actually treat myself and the business to something I want to invest in. So I'd already decided that, okay, I wasn't going to get a gift from Stampin' Up, but I'll reinvest some money into something that's going to help my business. Anyway, I get this email today saying, because you've done so well, you can choose a free gift from this website. Go to this website and you can choose a gift. So I have been again grinning from ear to ear, going, yay, I got my gift. So yay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shaz. Sorry, there's me waffling on about my thing. Sorry. Oh, big love to you, Shaz. Go on, you tell us what's happening if you're able to. I'll stop waffling. Right. I think I want to leave it there with a little bit of a space there. I quite like having a bit of just space like that. I think that's nice. Right. Actually, that fits really beautifully, because I know it's really hard to see the Night of Navy on Night of Navy on Night of Navy, but look, it's got a really nice margin, look, of the texture. It's got plain texture than plain. It works really, really good. Oh, Oh, Shaz, you have had like, oh, just some, your doggies have not been well, have they? And oh, big love to you. You put in so much time with them. Actually, I can't mention their name, but there's somebody else, and if you're watching, you know who you are. Someone else I know who's on this channel has lost a very special dog. So lots of love to you. Yeah. Actually, lots of love to everyone that's going through a hard time, because I know a few of you are, and I can't divulge stuff, but there's a few of you going through some really tough stuff at the moment. No, it's fine, Martina. It's more it's more the recognition from Stampin' Up thing. I know. No, I don't need any gifts. It was just after getting that nice one from Stampin' Up last year, I was like, you know. Hi, Jenny. Yes, so I was looking at the gifts earlier. So the way they've done it is quite clever, really. They gave us 3 categories. And so the option was, and I guess it's because and once I saw the categories, I kind of understood it. It was either you choose 1 item from category 1 or 2 items from category 2 or 3 items from category 3. So as I was looking through it, I could see obviously the items in category 1 are fairly valuable. Then the items in category 2 were, you know, sort of half the value, so that's why you could choose 2. And the items in category 3 were a third of the value, so therefore we chose 3 things. So so in category 1 there were things like a yogurt and ice cream maker, a long spouted kettle, very posh kettle, a luggage, a fire pit, oh, there were some other things as well, but anyway, those are the things that kind of caught my attention. Then in the category 2 there were things like oh, trying to think now. Oh, some electrical items like oh, there was like a massage. Oh, in the category 1 there was a shiatsu kind of like shoulder massage thing. Anyway, so in category 2 there were some other sort of electronic items, and oh, I tell you what was in category 1, a knife set, like a kitchen knife set. And then in category 3 there were things like a picnic blanket, a weighted blanket, a picnic, some picnicky things, some bags and stuff like that. So so I was giddy as anything, and like went up to see Tom was working at home upstairs, and I was like, I get to choose a gift. So we had a look at the categories together, and we kind of like pared it down, and we discussed the whole, right, well, would we actually use, you know, if we got the fire pit, you know, how often would we use it, and, you know, is it worth getting? And also, as some of you know, we don't have real grass in our back garden, we have fake grass, so I'm not sure a fire pit is actually that good an idea. So no fire pit. I'll get in the fire pit. Then I did think, oh, I would like the luggage. The luggage is really nice. It's and also because I got luggage last year, it could go with it, blah blah. But then I thought, how often am I actually going to use the luggage? So I was like, I can buy myself luggage if I need it. And I was talking to Jenny about this earlier. She went, Jenny was like, you can borrow my luggage. I was like, okay, that's fine. So that's sorted. Don't need the luggage. Then my mum, I sent the list to my mum, and she was like, wow, I can imagine her thinking through all this, because when the last time she went to Malaysia, she came back like going, oh, I love frozen yogurt. they have frozen yogurt places all over the place. I love frozen yogurt. I was like, okay. So she was like, wow, the yogurt maker's really good. It's a really good make. I was like, okay, Mum. Hi, Mum, if you're watching. And then what was the other reasoning? Yeah, and knives. I have an okay set of knives at the moment, and to be honest, the key thing to a good set of knives in the kitchen is a good sharpener, which I recently purchased. My sister recommended a really good sharpener, and since I've had that really good sharpener, I'm like really happy with my knives. It's all fine, all good. So I have gone for the kettle, and I'm going to give you a little bit of context to why I've gone for the kettle as well. It's not just any kettle. So again, Jenny and I were talking about this earlier. We were saying that in the States, generally you guys don't tend to have kettles to boil water for hot drinks. Like, you may have a coffee maker, but generally it's not like over here in the UK. Like, every kitchen in the UK, every kitchen has a kettle. Like, I don't know any kitchen that I've ever been to in the UK that does not have a kettle. And it is purely for boiling water so that you can make a hot drink, an instant hot drink, or if you're cooking, or I don't know, making a cup of soup, whatever. We do that. And it was really funny actually, because when Janice and I went to New Orleans, there was no kettle, and we were like, what, how are we gonna make our tea? So we like had to boil it in a saucepan. So that's just like really interesting. But apparently in the States, this particular kettle is quite popular. And the reason why it is popular is because it has a special gooseneck on it. It's a long necked kettle, which is what you need when you're doing what's called pour over coffee. So if for you coffee drinkers out there, there's a way of making coffee where you have a special conical shaped implement. You put your filter paper in it, you put your cup at the bottom, then you put your grounds in, and then you slowly pour hot water through a thin neck, and then you allow it to seep through, and then you do another pour, and there's this whole kind of like, I say ritual, like with a small r, not a big R, you know, ritual around it. And there's a way of brewing the coffee. So I have actually wanted to learn how to do this form of coffee making. And so when I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. Yeah, I have a French press as well. Yes, so who asked about a kettle? Yeah, a tea kettle. No, it's not a tea kettle, Elaine. It's a kettle that sits on has a stand that's square, then it has a kettle that the kettle sits on it, but there's more to it. You can actually set the temperature. There's a little thing that you set the temperature for it. So if you're making specialty tea, you can set it for the temperature for that. You know, certain coffees you do not need boiling hot water, and so forth. So it's got a temperature gauge, and it can keep the water warm for up to an hour. French press is the plunger coffee. You know, you have a glass with the plunger at the top, and then you push it. That's a French press. Right, what am I doing here? I think those ones came from, is that right? Those ones came from there. Or no, there. Oh, I can't remember what I did now. Oh, I think I did that way, didn't I? Sorry, I'm just going to put this all back together again. No, that's not right. I've stuck that on wrong as well. That's meant to be round that way, isn't it? This is what happens when I talk and try and create at the same time. What's that? Is that way? Oh, that looks better. Okay. That one's that way. Oh yeah, because I did cut off some little strips, didn't I? Oh, there we go. That one goes there. Got another little strip here. I'll carry on my story in a second. I've just got to figure this out. Is that one there? Yep, that's there. And then that really should have been that way round, shouldn't it? I don't know if I can get it off. I might be able to get it off. Okay, let's see if I can get it off. Yes, so it's not just any kettle, it's a very posh kettle. So the other reason I went for it is because at the moment I have this like coffee pod machine thing in my studio. But I have decided that once I've used up all my pods, I was going to get rid of it, because I just don't think it's not eco, and it's not very cost effective for me to buy the pods. However, if I've got my new kettle, it will replace where that is. And the other thing I'd like to get into doing is grinding my own beans. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to having a go at doing as well. So of course, ground beans with a pour over. Little things in life, little pleasures. There we go. Right. Ta-da! Right, let's see if I can put this back together. Right, that way round, isn't it? So now, if you were to make this template, if you think that you're not that bothered about having that line there, or missing out one of these, or if you're happy to kind of figure it out with the line. Sorry, my camera is just all wonky. Then I really like this option of being able to get a square out of a whole sheet. Isn't that fabulous? I love it. Now, I know the ratios are going to be slightly different for you in the States, but I think you'll be able to figure it out. Pour over coffee is amazing. Oh, great, Denise. Now, there was something else. I found something out about French press coffee. A friend of mine introduced me to a guy on YouTube. Oh my goodness, his whole YouTube is to do with coffee and maybe tea. But he reviewed all those kettles, and he actually owns the kettle that I'm going to be getting. And it kind of came out top. But he was talking about French press coffee. See if I can find the the YouTube channel for you. He was talking about the best way to use French press, and I realized I've been doing it wrong, because there's this whole thing about when you pour the hot water over the coffee, you're meant to not stir it, just leave it, wait 5 minutes, then just stir the top of the coffee where there's any ground still in the top. You're meant to just stir the top, and then any grounds that are just sitting at the top, you're meant to just scoop those off. Then you leave the coffee for another 5 to 8 minutes. Then put the plunger in, but do not push it right down. Just plunge it just below the surface of the water. And then pour it. Now, the reason he gave, and it totally worked because I did it with the coffee I bought from New Orleans, but giving it time means that the coffee grounds all kind of go to the bottom, and then when you pour it, and you pour it gently, you do not end up with any of that kind of silt and sediment that I I used to have at the bottom of my cup. So I made the coffee using that technique, and there was like nothing left in the bottom of my coffee cup. Nothing. And I was like, okay, this is the way that I'm going to be doing French press from now on. So, oh, I will do, Elaine. I will. Right. So, sorry to talk about coffee and template making, but there we go. So that's the new template, everybody. I hope you enjoy it, and if you want to see how I did it, go back to the beginning of the video because I explained it, and also you obviously saw how I made up those cards. Now what's great about these things, they are just starting blocks. Like, now if you decide, okay, well, I know what, I'm going to go and get some of my other Stamp One Sheet Wonders for you to have a look at how this would work with them, because I was about to say that you may decide, well, I want to cut this into 3. Well, that's fine, you can do that, you know. I'm always in a hurry, so I have the sediment, lol. Fair enough. Yeah, it is. I'm starting to realise that to get good coffee results, you do have to be patient. Yeah, but no, you're right. I'm not always that patient. But maybe it's something I just need to learn. Right, I am grabbing out another Stamped One Sheet Wonder, and not just an all over one. I'm going to go for one that's got sort of sections to it, if you know what I mean. I mean, some of my One Sheet Wonders, you know, like this one has got design all over the place. But let me just grab a, ooh, figure of 8. I've not sussed out how to cut that one up yet. And oh, and that one. Okay. Ooh, I'm quite excited about the prospect of figuring this one out. Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you. It's so kind of you. I bought mine for your class. I know you have a nice coffee machine for your class ladies, don't you? All right, so I'm going to put these aside for a second. Let's just audition my new template. We'll start with this one. Now, the great thing about these templates, especially if you've done them on vellum or clear plastic or whatever, is that you can flip the orientation. You know, just work it out. Fair enough. You drink what you like. If you want good coffee, come to Melbourne. It's based on Italian coffee. Ooh. All right, so let's have a look at this then. So can you see the design through it? Just about. Okay. So you've got a big cluster there, cluster down there, then a bit there. Not so keen on that one. That one's okay. That one's all right, and that one's all right. But no, not so keen on how it's working with that. So let's try this way. Now that's more interesting. So that one, you get the top of the cluster there and the bottom of the cluster there, but there's a really nice sort of these flowers in there. And this one, that works beautifully. This one, you get the side of that works nicely. And then on this one, you just kind of get a bit of a border there, you know, a few bits and pieces, but look, you get a nice big section there. So again, if you want to ignore that line and just cut these two slim lines, you could easily do that. Or, and again, if you decide, oh, you want to ignore that line there, well, you just cut down there and cut there to get your square piece there. I am loving this template. Love. Right, let's try. So who here, I know there's a few of you, hands up, who has got a little file of templates? Because I know some of you do have them. You've shown them to me. Right, so this was a figure of 8 design that I came up with a few weeks, months even away. Oh, Martina, at our local coffee shop. So it's a Costa, it's a chain coffee, Costa Coffee. But if you ask them for the Kinder Bueno drink, they will make you a white chocolate, I think it's a white chocolate latte with hazelnut syrup if you ask them to do it. So yeah. Right, so this one, you get the top of there, and then you get that one top and bottom, which is quite nice actually. If you were to cut that off there, you then end up with that really lovely bit of white space in the middle there. And then you just get a sort of side thing happening there. This one you end up with a big kind of like C, which is okay. And then this one, you've got a nice curve there and a nice curve there, which if you wanted to, potentially you could do, you know, cut that across there as well. Now with this one, let's have a look. And you see, I don't think that would work so much if I ignored that one and just went for a square. That doesn't look quite right. But yeah, that's okay. It's all right. And of course, if I flip it over, it's the same again because this is some symmetrical. Right, let's try this one. I don't yet, but I want to make a bunch. Right, so next time you order, Sandy, order yourself some vellum. Okay, how many sheets do you get? I think it's 10 sheets of vellum you get in a pack. I have templates. I think I made some within a day or two of first finding you. Oh, cool. Right, this is interesting. Let's have a look at this one. So this design was, again, this is a fairly new layout that I've been sort of experimenting with. The idea of going from the bottom left corner roughly to sort of the middle, but then it kind of exploding out from that line there. So let's try that way round first. Right, so that one's a no-goer. You literally just, I mean, okay, no, I'm going to rephrase that. There's hardly any stamping on that section, but if you wanted this as your inside panel of a card, you've got that little bit of stamping there. So this could be on the front panel. This, you've got full-on design across the bottom there. That's beautiful for a slim line. Works really, really well. And then here we've got a really nice big flower here with some little ones, and again, nice for that one too. So let's have a look what it's like this way round. So again, works beautifully there. And again here, that can be your inside panel, that can be your outer panel, and then that would make a great square card. And then that would work as a smaller piece. Yeah, or for sentiments. Yes, absolutely, Jan. Yep. So there you go. I declare this template a success. So if you haven't made one of these yourselves yet, then I do encourage you to do that. Grab yourself some vellum or clear plastic, or if you've got those file pockets, you know, for, you know, a lot of students have them for putting, or, you know, people in offices have them. Some people do it that way. They just draw onto those. And if you find it easier just to draw it onto a piece of paper, or even use your grid paper to draw it out first in Sharpie, then place your clear thing on top, then, you know, do your Sharpie, you can do it that way. Right, I'm going to end there for tonight, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and just being part of a community. Huge love to those of you who are struggling and finding life difficult at this time. Yes, and those of you who do pray, please do pray for those who are too. As I said, I can't always tell you what's going on in people's lives, but just know that your prayers would be most valued. Right, oh, that way. Is it that way? Let's see if I can. Was it that way around? Oh yeah, there we go, that way around. My little piece there. And then this one was down here, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. There we go. Right, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for chatting tonight, Alexis. Really great to have you here. Thank you so much for the kind messaging, these amazing cards. Plenty of ideas. I hope the Christmas videos come soon. Oh, right, okay. Yes, I'll need to get on that. Yeah. Martina's the hazelnut syrup lady. She buys in bulk, 5 bottles at a time. Yeah, absolutely. If you know that you need it, then that's great. Great, Monica. Good. Really enjoy this one. Oh, me too, Kim. And thank you for my super chat, Mary Beth. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Right, are there any questions that I've not answered? I'm waving at Georgiana. Ruth, you're wearing nice rings today. Oh, thank you. Yeah, these are ones I've had for a very long time. This is my wedding ring. This is just a ring that I just really had for a long time, and I just really like it. It's got a peridot in there, which is one of my favourite stones, because it's mainly the colour. Can you see it's the lime green colour? Yep, I like it. And then this ring was the first ring that Tom ever bought me when we were dating a long time ago, and he took me to the jewellers and I chose it because it's got the Charles René Mackintosh roses on there. See, roses are a big theme in my life. Love roses, so I just got it out the other day, and so I end up just wearing rings for a few weeks, and then I'll take them off and then maybe wear them again another time. But I still haven't really got into coffee. Jenny, save yourself some money and do not get into coffee. Yeah, just stick to your tea. You drink your nice teas. Really like the colour combo on the green embossed card. Ah, this one. There we go. Oh, it's actually the one. Yeah, there we go. That way around. Oh, so let me just go over what I use. So I used the fern embossing folder for that one, and the wood grain embossing folder for that, blueberry bushel base for that, pretty peacock base for that one, and that's shaded spruce, and that one's night of navy. That's pretty much it in terms of materials. Obviously I used our paper trimmer, which is really fabulous. And then if you want to see how I stamp this, it's last night's video, but I will put it in I'll link it in the description so that you can see how I stamped it. All right, peridot's your birthstone. Ah, fab. Looks like a replay day for me. Oh, Jane, ouch. Oh, yeah. Take care. Right, lots of love to you all. Again, if you need any further information about any of the products you've seen me use tonight, if you want to order any, the new host code is up, and I'm about to share it on Artful Stampin and Artful Stampin Space. But if you ever do need it, please email me. If you're shopping and spending under £150, £149.99 and under, then use the host code, please. Right, take care for now. Bye. Yeah. Thank you, Al Brown. Thank you. Nice to see you.